All right guys, get ready for another Q&A here. I am continuing on with my Q&A. I changed my shirt simply because I wanted to be wearing something different. What is your favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner? My favorite breakfast is the easy breakfast because when I wake up in the morning, I'm exhausted. But I will say, one time for Christmas, John made these French toast wrapped sausage links. I mean, that's really all I need to say. How is your minimalism journey going? Good, good. I feel like I just continue to learn more about myself as I continue on, and I feel like I've embraced the word intentional more than minimal now. I did share in a recent video that I will link up there kind of my thoughts on being obsessive in minimalism and being intentional. So if you guys haven't seen that, I will link it up here for you. What song will you sing to no matter what? Oh, this is a fun one. Lately, anything from The Greatest Showman. I will wake up in the morning and be like getting my coffee and a million dreams are keeping me awake. Like what? Oh my gosh, it's, do you guys feel me? I feel like it's never ending. The Greatest Showman is living in our house forever. What is your favorite movie? I've been loving The Greatest Showman. I also love all of the like late 90s, 2000s movies, like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like all of those good chick flicks. I feel like, where are you at? Where are they all at? Because I feel like they don't make them anymore. Favorite devotional or helpful mom book? Man, I've shared any of my book videos. Go check those out and you will find one that you love. Best nursing bra? Bravado. Bravado nursing bras, 100 million%. I used to be a brand ambassador for them and I'm not anymore, but I still buy the bras because they are so good and they are so worth it. They're so good. How would you entertain a 1-year-old while also having a newborn? And the 1-year-old sometimes gets a little jealous. Well, I've been there, absolutely. My kids are 18 months, 15 months, and 2.5 years apart. Honestly, this phase is going to go by so fast that just do what you gotta do to get through it and be sensitive to the fact that obviously your 1-year-old still really needs you and wants to cuddle. But I also know that there's a reality that sometimes you just get touched out. And sometimes you need to keep them like in an area so that when you're nursing, they're not climbing on the countertops, because I've been there too. Maybe that's your time of day that you will allow a little bit of screen time, or get a puzzle out or color or something like that. Just keep it simple and don't overthink it. Do you have any real life friends as opposed to online mommy friends? I find it challenging to maintain real life friendships while having 4 little ones. Yes, I do. Honestly, like, I don't know if you watch Allison from The Life of a Homemaker here on YouTube. Allison is my best friend and she is in the same stage of life I'm in, and we have such similar personalities that it just works. But I will say though that Allison and I don't get a chance to see each other a ton because life is so crazy. So we talk to each other a lot on like Marco Polo. So I utilize that a lot. And just getting involved in your church, seeing if there are mentors around you, women that have already been there. It is really hard to get out of the house and make plans and those kinds of things when you have 4 little ones, absolutely. So yes, I do have mommy friends in real life, but it's not like we get together all the time because they're kind of in the same season of life as I am as well. Any advice for a mama trying to potty train a 3-year-old boy? I need a pulling my hair out emoji. Oh girl. The best advice that I would give you would be to wait until they're ready. And I know it's probably not the advice that you want, but that's what I have learned and I've found has worked. If he is totally not on board, I would say maybe wait a little bit and try again once you have found that maybe you're getting a little bit more positive feedback from him. How do you manage your time while being a mommy and doing YouTube videos? I film on Saturday mornings. I told you guys that. John takes the kids for 2 hours on Saturday mornings. They actually just got home. And I film and then I edit at nighttime. Maybe if John's doing something, I will edit. Him and I might both be doing something while we're watching a Netflix marathon or something. I try not to really do YouTube stuff during the day because I found that I'm passionate about YouTube, and so when I try to work on something like that during the day while all my kids are awake and around, my expectations of them can be just not realistic, and then I end up getting frustrated and all that. So I just try to do it when my kids are occupied or they're sleeping, so that way I can just devote my time and energy to it, and I don't have to be mad at anybody because I feel like they're robbing me of that, you know? How did you start homeschooling, and any degrees that you needed to start? Nope, I didn't need any degrees to homeschool. And how did I start? I just talked with women that homeschooled. I started watching YouTube videos of other homeschooling moms. There is an amazing homeschooling community on YouTube. So if you want advice, help, curriculum, guidance, any of that stuff, you guys, our generation is so blessed. People look at me like I'm crazy when I say homeschool, and I'm like, I'm not out in the wilderness like writing my own curriculum. Nowadays there is a wealth of knowledge, like it's insane. When did your kids stop their day nap? What did you do to manage the emotions? Yours and theirs. Amen, sister. They all stopped about 18 months to 2 years, and it was very sad because that nap is glorious, you guys. Do you feel me? Now we do quiet time. Ingrid obviously still naps, and I just implement that quiet time. I have found that structure and consistency is the only way of surviving through the day. So structure and consistency. Any tips for third trimester with a 2 to 3 year old toddler? You are in the third trimester and you have a 2 to 3 year old toddler. You just do what you gotta do, sister. Don't count the amount of popsicles you give them. Don't just, you just get through it, and if everyone's happy, then just do what you gotta do. How do you fit in time with Jesus daily? I have been trying to wake up before my kids get up and read a little bit of something, but I'm in constant prayer. I'm in constant prayer during the day. I'm talking to God 24/7. When I feel like I'm about ready to lose my mind, I'm calling out to Him. When my kids are going crazy and they're not listening, my neighbors probably hear me going, Father, please intervene. We are in constant communication with the Father over here. Absolutely. Do you do any meal prep or planning for your family of 6? What is your preferred way to grocery shop in order to stay on budget? I love taking advantage of Walmart pickup. That is great. I can see all the things. I can take stuff out of my cart to make sure that I'm on budget, and it's free. So I love Walmart pickup. I do meal plan. The biggest way that we survive feeding a family of 6 on 1 income is the fact that we have simple nights. Like, we do hot dogs and chips sometimes for dinner. Sometimes we do grilled cheese and tomato soup. Sometimes we have breakfast for dinner. Like, I don't do gourmet Pinterest stuff right now. Absolutely not. In my mind, there is a time and a place for everything. And right now we're doing mac and cheese and hot dogs, and we're just making it work. Favorite worship songs of, oh, this is from America. Favorite worship songs of the moment. I'm gonna be like everybody else. Reckless Love, I love that song. I just listened to John Piper talk about that song and about just the scriptural relevance of it, and it was really interesting. I love anything by Stephanie Gretzinger. What is some of your funniest moments growing up? Probably any moments with my cousins. We have some fabulous memories of my cousins that are all the same age as me, of us just being ridiculously crazy. We used to dress up and put on skits for our whole family. There was one time when my uncle was babysitting all of us. I don't know how, it's my great uncle. I don't know how he got stuck watching all of us cousins, but he did. And we told him there was a rainbow outside and we wanted to show it to him. And then we all locked him out of the house, at my grandma's house. Like, we were awful, you guys. Like, and we laughed hysterically. We were like on top of the kitchen table dancing and laughing. Like, we were singing Spice Girls. Bless my uncle. Bless him. What activities do you like to do as a whole family, inside or outside? Outside, we like to go for walks, jump on the trampoline, fly around and play tag, go on the swing set. Inside, we love to go in the basement and play basketball with our little basketball hoop and have dance parties and eat pizza, and just simple. We don't do anything crazy, it's very simple. What do your kids watch if you let them have screen time? What do my kids watch? We love Leapfrog. I found that that is glorious because it teaches them things and it's also entertaining to them. Little Einsteins, they like that. A lot of those kinds of shows. I watch what my kids watch very carefully and closely now. So things like that, learning stuff. And if it has music and it has singing and stuff, my kids are like all for it. What is your best tip for staying off social media and having quality time with your children without that distraction? I will delete apps off my phone as my phone's going off. I will delete apps I will delete Instagram off my phone for a few days. I will leave my phone upstairs. Having specific structure to your day, like we do this at this time and this at this time. It might sound very rigid, but it is very helpful to keep me accountable to when I'm on my phone and all that kinds of stuff. Any tips for getting ready for the day? I always end up in athletic shorts and a t-shirt feeling frumpy. I feel you, girl. Get up before your kids get up. It's hard. I don't do it all the time, but that would be my get up before your kids get up, get yourself ready. Will you homeschool until the kids graduate? Yes, I plan to. Regular ice cream or soft serve? Regular ice cream. Hard or soft tacos? Soft tacos. Deep dish or thin crust pizza? Ooh, this is hard. I like Jet's deep dish and I like Jet's thin crust. I feel like anywhere else I'll get whatever kind of pizza, but I like thin crust from Jet's and I love deep dish from Jet's. I also like deep dish from Pizza Hut for sure. What do you do to get the kids to help out around the house? We have a chore chart that we do and the kids at this age are still excited about it, so. All right guys, we have someone joining us. This video, literally, I'm so surprised with how long it's taken me to film. It has got so many parts. What was the most difficult number of kids to jump to? 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, or 3 to 4? I think 1 to 2 was hard. What time do you wake up and go to bed, and what time do your kids go to bed? So my kids go to bed early. We are like 7:30 people over here. And it's simply because we like our time at nighttime. My husband and I like to have some time to ourselves. And they get up super early, like 6:30 in the morning. I try to go to bed by 10 so that I can get up in the morning. But sometimes I go to bed really late because I'm up and I'm doing stuff or watching Netflix or editing or something. But I try to get to bed by like 10. Do you think your boys or girls have been easier to raise? Emotionally, sometimes I have a harder time with the girls, but my boys are challenging too because they're boys and I'm not a boy, so it's hard sometimes for me to know what they need. How do you handle the stress of multiple kids and keep a clean house? I don't. My house is not always clean by any means. I don't have a cleaning schedule. I would love to have a cleaning schedule, but I don't, so I just try. Sometimes if you were to come over to my house, there would be toys everywhere, there'd be Cheerios stepped on the carpet, and that's just the reality of what it would be. And then other times, my kitchen might be really clean because I need mentally to have a clean kitchen that day, you know? How do you budget for your family? I write out my bills, I take it off the top, and then I just see what I've got left, and we do groceries and that kind of stuff. We are in the process of working towards paying debt off right now, and so that is like our main goal. All right guys, so this completes my collection of Q&A videos that I put together for this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. People are starting to fall apart behind me and lose it, so I gotta get going. But thank you guys so much for watching, and it was just so nice to be able to sit down, and I feel like I really got to connect with you guys to go over all these questions. There were like 85 questions, so I had a lot to answer. But thank you guys so much for taking an interest and just wanting to chat and get to know each other a little bit better. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next one.